Alrighty, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video of Theme Park Rants.
All
right. Did we hit any milestones or no?
We hit 300 subscribers.
Oh yeah, we did hit 300 subscribers.
So keep on sharing.
Thank you guys for watching our content. We really appreciate that.
Keep on rocking in the free world and do. Fuck the free world.
Speaking of a wild.
Oh, Joey. Well, just start back. Just start back where you were.
Okay. Yeah, so we hit 300 subscribers. I want to get right into it because we're just getting started. Rock and Rollercoaster's just closed, and it's now making our way for the Muppets. How do you feel about the closure of a Rock and Rollercoaster starring Aerosmith? Now it's starring the Muppets.
It's about time. It's about time. It had its run.
It's not hitting like Dinosaur though. Dinosaur was the one that got me.
Because like Dinosaur could have still lasted. That's one that could still last forever. Rock and Rollercoaster, and this is something that I kind of wish they started, is that they could have updated it with newer artists. You know?
Yeah. Someone made up a good point about that because I even said the same thing. Someone said if they kept doing that's actually a lot of contracts they got to deal with too. A lot of money, a lot of contracts they got to work.
Yeah. So but I will say sometimes though, like I mean, you could pay less for other artists, and then you could pay more. It's something where like you could have paid less for certain artists, compared to like let's say Aerosmith. But I mean, like with the contracts, I mean, the great thing about a contract, you can write whatever the fuck you want to write. You could literally write whatever the hell you want to write on a contract, and like whoever wants it, can have it
and renew it. So that's why it is indeed.
I mean, I think for this Aerosmith one, it was inevitable, right? Or not inevitable, but like it could last like as long as it wanted.
Yeah. So I think they just were like, they didn't. I don't think they wanted to renew it. They refer to Aerosmith, so they were like, yeah.
I mean, I will say like when it comes to like why it's not happening or why they're removing Aerosmith, I mean, it's a whole list of reasons, possibly.
Tyler, that happened with Steven.
Yeah, literally.
So we're not going to mention, but
it could be like it looks like it's a layered thing going on.
Yeah,
but I mean, in general though, I would have loved to have at least other artists than just Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny. I remember hearing somewhere where apparently they were thinking about doing a Rock and Rollercoaster in California's Adventure, but not with Aerosmith, but with No Doubt.
That would have been cool.
That makes sense too, because No Doubt is from Anaheim. They're from Anaheim. Yeah. So Gwen Stefani, all those guys, they're all from Anaheim. They're locals. In fact, the Tragic Kingdom album was literally based off of the Magic Kingdom over at Disneyland. And there's a song, I think it's the last song, where they sampled the spiel from the Matterhorn.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
That would have been a pretty cool concept.
And
I even had ideas where like it would have been cool if instead of Aerosmith in Paris, I would have loved if they could have got Daft Punk over in Paris. I think that would have been amazing, especially like because it's a much lower budget version of the one in Florida, but again, having those lights everywhere and all these fixtures, I think that would have totally fit the aesthetic for Daft Punk, especially for that period since they were so much bigger back then.
2001. So like,
around 2001, like they could have done that. I mean, when it comes to Rock and Rollercoaster, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't the biggest fan of the ride. I just thought the layout was just very bland. It was a very, very bland layout. The main part that I think really stood out, or at least the elements, were probably like again the first launch, and then I think what was it called, the Scorpion Roll or something like that. In general, though, I think that was probably the only good part. Everything else was
it was kind of like once the launch hit, because I'm not gonna lie, and we're talking Disney standards here, that's a hell of a launch.
I like it.
Disney coaster,
because I think it's not like your typical like LSM launch. They used like a pulley system, which is very old school way of like using the launches.
Yeah.
So
So
I think that was pretty cool.
yeah.
But
The
other
rest of the
than
ride was, and like honestly, I think for me, the most memorable part of the ride wasn't really the ride; it was the pre-show.
yeah, the pre-show, the line itself, especially where you go see that alley.
Hey, wait a minute! Wait a minute! We couldn't leave anyone out of this.
That alleyway where you're waiting to get on the ride, that I think was so cool because there's so much to look at.
Wait a minute!
So
I like
much.
that idea.
Wait a minute! Wait a minute!
Talk about the that
Yeah, we can't talk about it without the CG
they
ring
edited
finger.
that part out because of
I remember that was a whole controversy thing going on. I just think yeah, just waiting to get on the ride, probably like top 10 like
That's a
lines.
yeah. And they would
in
up.
my
They had
opinion.
the posters too. I had Janet Jackson.
Yeah, they had Janet Jackson. I remember, I think they had a Doors poster as well.
Yeah.
A lot of just, like
Yeah, they had those
iconic
one.
bands.
Yeah,
Just like a lot of iconic bands, that were on there, which honestly makes me wonder. Like, I wonder if they were ever considering those guys for like Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah.
Like, imagine like a Janet Jackson Rock and Roller Coaster.
Oh my god.
Well, that would be kind of cool, like with Black Cat,
I would
or something
say
like that. That would kind of be cool. That would be
Queen
kind of.
was the rumor. Queen was the rumor.
Queen was a rumor. I think that I don't know if Powerline was just a fan speculation.
Powerline was fan, but then people were like, "Oh, they're selling a pin at a Rock Around the Shop for Powerline," and people were hinting about that. The other thing people were saying, now this was just like an idea. Someone said Four Town, from Turning Red.
Okay.
Which I think would have been nice to just get something from Turning Red in the parks.
I got you.
But the Electric Mayhem was one of the rumors from
Yeah.
the time. And now there's something I wanted to say. There are some people not happy about the Muppets retheme because of it being a very intense ride for a family-friendly property. But at the same time, the Muppets is for everyone. So if you're going to have a show, Muppet Vision 3D, that will accommodate everyone, then you're going to have the roller coaster, which again, this was a whole kind of a discourse in that you're going to have a ride that's 48 inches and you're theming it to the Muppets, which was something that people just are not thrilled about.
Yeah. I gotta ask you though, like, what were some of your favorite like moments in general? Like, what were some cool memories you had just doing Rock and Roller Coaster?
I was gonna ask you, but
look at that! Great minds think alike.
Yes, I'm gonna say this now. I loved just knowing what how in Guardians people are like, oh, what song you got? What song you got? That was me on Rock and Roller Coaster before Guardians.
Me too. Like that was basically that.
Would always be like, oh, I was the one song I remember getting that one song, "Sweet Emotion," and which you don't really hear on the ride that much anymore, but. Whenever I would go on the ride, the song I would think about the most is a song I never hear in the ride anymore, and that's "Do You Look Like a Lady." We would that's just like, I'm sorry, bro, that's the song that I would always associate that ride with because I loved hearing it on the ride.
It was
Sway and Young Lust and Nine Lives, some good ones. But come on, we gotta.
I love that. Just hearing that before the launch, that was cool.
That was cool, and then the little signs like, you get a guitar, smack it, or some shit like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
The signs.
I love it. Like each before you like the launch, you'd always have like different like intros.
Yeah.
I always loved them. I forget his name. The DJ.
Oh, yeah. All right, everyone. Whoa! Check out Steven Tyler's hat. Okay, LA, get ready. And then they would.
Apparently
that was ones. They had 3 different ones of that. 3 different Steven Tyler intros.
Yes.
No, there was you didn't get. It's like you never really knew what you would get, and also your license plate would determine what song you got.
It would determine which one you had.
Yeah. And we're gonna just talk about the post show with that looping. That video looped, and but one thing I never got to do was actually watch it and then try to identify when the video would start again. So like, I would walk to that post show with no like oh, it's just the same shit I saw from one show from like 1986.
Right. Oh
Like, and the Rock Around the Shop would play like regular 80s songs, like Don't Stop
Mm.
Believing. One of the
Yeah.
and yeah. Okay, now let's see if I have any other memories because I remember we just I gotta bring this up. So my dad doesn't really like rides. So like intense rides. So he just can't really do this stuff anymore because of we're all getting old.
Yeah.
But he had a whole thing where he would go on the ride. He's like every 10 years. Every 10 years he would go on it. So then
That's me with Mission Space. That's like a ride I do like every like 5 years.
so he went on it, I think, last year, the following year, and then I'm like, so I asked him, yeah, how was the ride? Horrible. Horrible.
No, that ride kicks your ass, dude. That ride literally. I mean, it's what was it, Vekoma, or like really early Vekoma?
Definitely did a thing on that because I remember on most rides, it was when I was younger, mostly when I would just get splitting headaches after every ride on Aerosmith.
Oh yeah,
and that just there were all the coasters in when I would go.
I would always get that on Space Mountain. Like every time I hop
it
off.
was
Space
never
Mountain.
on Space Mountain. It was always on.
I never got it. I never got it on Rock and Roller Coaster, but I remember anytime I used to get off of Space Mountain when I was a kid, I would always get a headache for whatever reason.
I think whatever they done to this refurbishment, like the recent refurbishment for Aerosmith, they did a much better job on like maintaining the ride because I didn't have the headache this time around.
I think too. The ride runs a lot quicker. Yeah, because I remember like when I was a kid, the ride used to be a lot slower, and sometimes you would get some hang time on the loops, which I mean that was wild. I mean, but you could tell like they weren't really maintaining. I guess because they were using the pulley system, or so like obviously it would tear up over time. But I remember, when I was a kid, or specifically when I was like 11, 12, we're talking like 2015, 2016. Like it wouldn't run as fast, and then the loops they wouldn't go as quick, so you'd get a little bit of hang time, which I thought was kind of cool. But I mean, like overall though, like the ride kicks your ass. That ride kicks literally your ass because like it's rough. It's pretty rough at times.
Yeah, another memory I have is in 2022, 21. There was a time. I'm gonna put if I find it, we'll put the video on here. I'll probably send it after, but there was a part in the Febreze show where the cast member would normally say, "Hey, Steven, how about some backstage passes?" Oh, yeah. There was one time on the ride where I said the line. With you?
Yeah. Hey, Steve, how about the backstage passes?
Wait a minute. I love that idea. How about some backstage passes?
Because the cast member forgot to say it, and this was around the time where they just didn't really say it.
Yeah.
So then they when things were starting to get back to normal, the pandemic kind of got people to, I guess, say the line again. I don't know.
There was a lot of people during the pandemic that would say it. And I guess that's when Disney was like, "Oh, we should probably get our cast members to say it again."
Well, they would normally say it.
I don't really remember hearing cast members say
they would say it.
I was growing up.
Something I've noticed is that whenever they did say it, they wouldn't say it as loud. That's something I've like. Sometimes they would. It's like I think the line. The thing I remember is the line before that was "Oh guys, what are you gonna do? Send them with you and backstage passes." and then they just wait a minute. How about the idea?
I love that.
So right when they're all mumbling, hey Steven, the backstage pass. All you would hear is backstage passes.
Backstage passes. It's like, wait a minute.
idea.
Dude, I gotta ask you. Do you remember your first time doing it?
First time doing it was probably when I was like, it might have been when I was like 8.
8
or 7 maybe. I don't remember what year it was, but I do remember going on in 2011 for sure, because I had a friend of mine visit us, which their family got stuck on the ride one year, led to an evacuation.
That's cool. That's cool.
Evacuating on Aerosmith. Another thing I remember is just my favorite moment of the pre-show is when he gets in the fucking car And he's like, oh, that. He's like, his head's like,
Yeah, his head's out, his hands
Yeah.
popping out and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just there's things I miss about it, but it's not an attraction that will say, oh, like I can't rave about it like I did with Dinosaur.
No, yeah.
Like I did with Muppet Vision 3D.
Hmm.
I can't rave about it like I did with the Great Movie Ride.
Yeah. No,
I will never be over the Great Movie Ride.
No, me
I will
neither.
never get over that.
We definitely gotta do a video about it someday.
It was a stage show. Yeah, it was like I my like when there'll be a video where I will literally talk about saying that ride was a stage show.
Hmm.
And but back to Aerosmith, I think you were gonna say something. I think I cut you off. But.
No, yeah, I was gonna say like I remember my first time doing it because I mean growing up, like I mean I think for a lot of people this was probably like their first like intense like roller coaster. When I mean intense, I mean first ride that goes upside down, you know. But I remember being really excited because I remember growing up I used to go to Universal a lot as well. And I was never like tall enough to really do like the rides I wanted to do, like Hulk, Dueling Dragons, like those rides. Like I remember growing up, I really wanted to do those, but I never really had the chance because I just wasn't tall enough. And so I remember, yeah, back in like 2011, I must have been like 7 years old, and I was able to get the height limit for that. And I remember, yeah, in general, just being super excited to do it. I did it with my dad. I think it was probably the only time I ever did it with my dad. I think I probably had I think I might have had Sweet Emotion on that one. I think I had Sweet Emotion.
Yeah, that's a rare one.
Yeah, that's a rare one. So that was pretty cool. I remember
yeah.
No, I was gonna say like also I remember like I was also aware like you would get different songs too.
Yeah.
So I mean I knew like that was the one I really wished I got, and so I'm really happy that I got that one for the first time.
I would have liked during that loop you just hear Steven Tyler screaming.
Oh, that would be cool.
It's like there is like the song's playing and you just hear a scream like outside.
Yeah. Oh man.
Now speaking of screams, imagine if they did a Prince one. A Prince of the Revolution coaster,
dude, that would be awesome.
Let's go crazy on that.
Put an endorphin machine on there.
Endorphin machine would go crazy.
I would love
anyone even here knows what any of those.
Oh yeah, America probably would have been a cool one too.
If you're a Prince fan, hey.
Yeah, if you're a Prince fan, hey, we're happy to know that you are. I gotta ask you, like, what are some artists actually that you kind of wish like could have been
Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson. I mean, what songs would you put for Michael Jackson?
Why You Want to Trip on Me?
Why You Want to Trip on Me? Oh yeah, with that guitar intro.
Or I want to say Kiss.
Kiss.
Like
for Prince. Oh, the band. That was actually a band they were considering before Aerosmith.
Kiss, Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses. Guns N' Roses actually would have been a really good one.
Metallica.
Oh wow! I think Metallica would be a perfect one actually.
Great,
especially with songs like "Ride the Lightning,"
and
like "You Can Destroy,"
anything from "And Justice for All."
Oh yeah, dude.
And then what if they threw in something from? I can see Disney doing something with AC/DC.
AC/DC. Oh man, yeah. I mean, yeah, they could. Yeah. They could. I mean, I will say one thing that I'm never over is the fact that they were considering to get Rolling Stones and U2.
U2 are going crazy. What?
I'm like, I mean, like, listen, I love U2, but like, what songs would you pick for a ride like Rock and Roller? Same for Rolling Stones too. Like, I don't think there's enough songs that are like as
Beatles.
The Beatles. That'd be funny. That'd be funny. Hey, John. Hey, John, we're about to get started. Yeah. No, but not yet. Revolution 9. That would be fun. That'd be a fun one. Revolution 9 on Rock and Roller Coaster.
Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9.
Michael Jackson. Hey guys, this is a great experience. and then the launch. Ow!
That Michael Jackson one would have been pretty cool though. I can't lie.
We're gonna get on the ride. Here's his favorite concert.
Oh my god.
Go.
There's a lot of fun ideas you could do.
I wanna come talk about this one thing. They have an unused song that called what kind of ride are you on?
Oh yes, yes.
We were actually talking about this prior to filming that.
We were, yeah, because I mentioned that apparently this was going to be used on the ride, or maybe they did use it on the ride for a very brief period. But I think the only way you could hear it now is if like well, not anymore, but like when you could. Apparently it was played when the ride broke down. So that's something.
Another fun fact. Oh, this is another memory I have. I remember trying to figure out when the heck he said "loving a roller coaster" in the song.
So he doesn't say it in the song.
He said it in the last line.
He said that's the last line.
Like the last line of the song. So I remember like, oh, he said "love it," but why isn't he saying it in the song?
Yeah, right.
But, no, but he just says it at the last thing. I'm like, okay. Oh, imagine if they had. It would have been funny if they updated the ride with Run DMC because they did Rock This Way.
Oh yeah, Walk This Way
with Run DMC for their version. It's tricky.
It's tricky. Rock around. Oh wait, here's something that I don't think anybody remembers. There was one night back in 2015. I don't know if you remember this. When for one night back when Force Awakens opened,
Star Wars.
They did a Star Wars one where they played I think it was the Asteroid song on Empire Strike Back. They played that on Rock and Roller Coaster. It was the only night that they ever did it.
This luxury speeder is equipped with a hyperdrive, and I've got the perfect soundtrack to put you in the mood. Setting coordinates. Let's count it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Imagine if the Star Wars coaster came back, but the song they play is Han Solo. I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo.
I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo.
It's a shame that we know the whole thing.
It's a shame we know the choreo.
I'm so that's real. Anyway, final thoughts.
Rock and Roller Coaster was a ride. It was a ride. I honestly, that's one thing. Like I never understood why so many people loved it. I really never did. And it has nothing to do with the fact that it was Aerosmith. It had nothing to do with the ride layout. It was just a boring ride for me. Especially like maybe it's just because I'm from Florida here, so I'm like spoiled with rides like Velocicoaster and Iron Gwazi. You know, like in Hagrid's, like you have so many incredible attractions, and then you have Rock and Roller Coaster, which barely even hits the top 10 of any of the best roller coasters in Florida.
Then you have the people who are going it because they like Aerosmith.
Yeah, you do have that. You do have that.
The ones. I mean, if anything, I still think the best Disney coaster is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's basically like if Rock and Roller Coaster and Space Mountain had like a beautiful baby, you know. Yeah, I mean in general, like and one thing that's really bothering me about this Muppets layover has nothing to do with the Muppets. Yeah, I was gonna say like I would have been more excited if like they actually like redid the track and like not just redid it, but like just like made a much better, you know, track in general. You know, like maybe you could put.
Muppets think the track layout on the ride is kind of perfect for the standards that we are expecting to be on the ride. You know, the like Mayhem band, they saw it and they liked it. Yeah.
But I think I mean like I will say like I'm interested to see what they do with it. I'm really interested to see what they do with it. But I don't think it's gonna be one of those rides where like I'll go out of my way for.
It's just like animatronic's gonna be in there, Scooter and the Penguins. I think
they're gonna have animatronics in there.
Animatronic too.
But yeah, like that was the thing about Rock and Roller Coaster. Like it just was never that ride that I would go out of my way for. I think I would much rather do like Tower of Terror. Like Tower of Terror, like that's a ride I could do all day. I could literally do all day.
Which they're not going to get rid of anytime soon because now that's the landmark of the park.
Landmark, so now you can't get rid of it.
Now you can't get rid of it. Yeah. So.
Oh my god! But yeah, like I just think like Rock and Roller Coaster as I got older, it just wasn't like anything too special.
I
mean, that's another thing too. Just kind of get a little sidetracked here. Like that's my thing in general with a lot of Disney roller coasters, at least here in Florida, they're just not that good, in my opinion. They're really not that good. You know,
Everest is great.
Everest is fine. Everest is fine. You know, again, it doesn't really hit my top 10. It doesn't like none of them are on my top.
I mean, I think like for Disney coasters, Everest is a top 3 for me.
All right.
I love.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying like they could do better. And again, I think their problem is that they're getting Vekoma behind all of these.
Fix the Yeti, which they will never.
They're never doing that. They're never doing it. But like that's my thing. Like you're getting Vekoma behind all these. Vekoma makes some of the most mid roller coasters you could ever think of. Like I can't name anybody that has a Vekoma on their top 3. Seriously, like I don't think I've ever heard anybody.
It's crazy because Guardians is a Vekoma, and that's one of the better Vekomas.
A little bit. I again, like I think if it didn't have the theming, if it didn't have the music, it would be much lower. It would be much lower.
Yeah, funny. Slinky Dog is mock, right?
It's mock, right, dude? You have a much better manufacturer.
Stardust Racers.
You have a much better manufacturer that made some of the best roller coasters in the market, and they completely nerfed them.
Disney needs an Intamin.
Like Intamin, dude.
You know?
Dude, they'd be
Disney gets a B&M. Imagine, which I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I could see Monsters Inc. It's probably gonna be Vekoma, but
I'm pretty sure. Honestly, like that's the one ride where like I 100% expect them to use Vekoma because there's no other company right now besides B&M that uses inverts. But the thing about B&M is that they're super expensive. They are super expensive. If you're too expensive for Disney, then that just tells you you're doing something wrong. But like right now, like pretty much Vekoma is the only other manufacturer right now that's using their
Incredicoaster is an Intamin. Incredicoaster at DCA, it's an Intamin.
It is Intamin, yeah. It is Intamin. Yeah. Which I mean I've never done it, so I don't have any opinion. But
awesome. Yeah,
it looks cool. It looks cool. But yeah, like in general though, yeah, a lot of their roller coasters.
One more thing I want to say. When you went on Toronto the first time, you said that it felt like Rock and Roller Coaster.
It does feel like Rock and Roller Coaster. Yeah. It does. Yeah. Honestly, I might say Tron's a little better than Rock and Roller Coaster.
Tron's better. Yeah.
I think Tron's. I mean, I think that's just because
I think Aerosmith's better. I still think Aerosmith's better than Tron.
I think it's also because they had the Tron Aries overlay.
Yeah,
and that's when they had the 9 Inch Nails music, which
Ride's too short. The queue is underwhelming.
It is very underwhelming.
And I still prefer Aerosmith. All right, y'all, everybody, rock on
to Rock and Roller Coaster. All righty, guys. You guys take care. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe.
More theme park rant.